Hi there and welcome to The Works. I'm Ben Shea.
And I'm Ben Peltier. It's not unusual to have films and film festivals on a variety of topics. Love, war, history, silent movies, to name just a few. But you might be surprised at the subject of a film festival that's showing at the Hong Kong Arts Center right now. It's dedicated entirely to bicycles and bicycling.
And in our studio, we'll have music from pianist Chen Sa, who this week will perform as part of the Hong Kong International Chamber Music Festival, piano versions of Gershwin's American in Paris, Dukas' Sorcerer's Apprentice, and Wagner's Ride of the Valkyries.
First, though, architect, designer, and artist Lo Chi-wing grew up in Hong Kong but now lives in Athens, Greece. He received his master's degree in architecture from Harvard University and has managed to build a formidable reputation for furniture and design even in Italy.
An exhibition at the Kwai Fung Hin Gallery shows him revisiting a series of drawings of imaginary objects he did 20 years ago and turning them into real three-dimensional artifacts.
When you present sculpture, you'll be judged as a sculptor. When you present architecture, you'll be judged as an architect. There's no excuse that because I'm an architect, I do bad sculpture.
Born in Hong Kong, Lo Chi-wing studied architecture at the University of Toronto and later obtained a master's degree in the subject from Harvard University. He also received the Best Thesis Prize. For a while, he taught at Syracuse University in New York. But in 1990, he moved to Greece with his Greek architect wife, Panagiota de Vladi. They opened a design studio together. In the mid-1990s, he began collaborating with an Italian furniture brand, Giorgetti, to design and produce furniture. His works were exhibited in the Greek Pavilion at the Venice Biennale in 1991, and also in the Milan Triennale in 1996. As well as serving as a visiting critic in different universities in Greece and elsewhere, he is also an active practitioner, known for integrating architecture, interior and furniture design for projects in Milan, Athens, Istanbul, Beirut, Dubai and Beijing. He began making sculptures in 2010.
I think also living in Athens is one example. You can consider my recent background. It makes you very humble because with the Acropolis up on that level, being achieved 2,500 years ago, the level of refinement compared to what we have, we feel so insufficient. And I think that modesty continue to carry on with the fact that we're just far from before the kind of quality of workmanship, the kind of vision we have. We are changing so much from that time.
In the current exhibition at Kwai Fung Hin Gallery, Vision of a Civilization, he reveals his hope and dream for an imaginary culture through a series of sculptures first conceived 20 years ago. The 9 pieces are three-dimensional realizations of a series of drawings he presented in his first solo exhibition, Landscapes and Objects in Stuttgart in 1992.
I remember I was very moved by the fact that after so many years that I see them in three-dimensional. It was a great fulfillment. It is called Vision of a Civilization. It encompasses an ideology from this sculpture because together they form a coherent vision about things that I believe should have in a civilization: the quality of life, quality of thought. I often longed to go to Jewel, an unreachable realm where pace had no pressure of haste. It was where time could not find us, as death was always hidden in time, neither could death find us. Timelessness is a theme that I was working with. It's a very philosophical theme because it deals with an element which human beings have no control of.
Lo says that in making his sculptures, he considers himself an archaeologist of the future. He believes an object can encompass 3 domains of time: the past, the present, and the future. From this perspective, the objects can give the vision of a civilization.
past, present, and future fused seamlessly in the distant province of Kale. Most intriguing, everything there had a poetic tension between known and unknown, real and imagery, familiar and enigmatic. At about 6 o'clock before sunrise, I'll put a white piece of paper in front of me and ask myself, what do you want to see? Now you're an archaeologist. What do you want to dig? You believe archaeology of the future will only find plastics or computer chips left over? Not necessary. Archaeology of the future can find all the material we have used in the past.
As if much of the furniture at the Loader signs, his sculptures are made of his favorite materials, Canadian maple wood and bronze.
It's a wood that I always love because it's very modest and it's abundant and has a solidity and the fineness of the grain that I always enjoy working with. It's a Canadian maple, and with the slow oxidation from the air, it takes on a tone, become more and more richer and warmer. All of this were made in Italy. I have a little workshop established to just work on these little objects because they require very special gadgets, special tools to make them possible. Italy has a long history of development in making things. They have all the resources of research. I have never stopped any role, and I think I will continue to grow. It's like in the Renaissance in Italy. Architect is an engineer. He also paint. He also sculpt. Even today, architects in Italy, they are not just designing buildings. They are also doing furniture, doing interior, even jewelry, even fashion, even clothes. They design all kinds of things.